Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Hello? Is it working? Okay, I think it's working. Hi! Hello, friends! I have a special stream today because, well, I'm doing an art stream, and I can't really do art very well if I'm drawing something. And if you've actually seen my drawings, you know they're pretty bad. But I can do sculpting. I can do sculpting okay, and I can do some 3D artwork. So what I'm doing today is I'm going to be sculpting in 3D using tilt brush. Unfortunately, that means I can't use my normal cave because, well, it just doesn't, I can't really set it up for this. So we're not going to actually have an avatar for most of the stream. But, hi! I showed up here first to say hi. Now, tilt brush. There we go. Tilt brush is a VR program that allows you to do arts. Allows you to do 3D modeling, in fact. And that is the plan for today. Yeah. Okay. So this is tilt brush. I want to first show off a couple of things that other people have made, and just to show you, get an idea of what it is. So if I go to this still life test, I can watch somebody else's work. They're just going through, painting all these components, and they're doing it in 3D. I'm not going to be this good, but this is an example of what the software is capable of. And that's important. So you can see what somebody who's really good is like when they're doing stuff, before you have to see what I do. This is just a simple still life. And it's still pretty heckin' impressive, I think. Because honestly, anything that you do artistically is always impressive. To me, at least. Any art is a thing of beauty. Now they're adding some flourishes. And a little bit of a border. Ah, very nice. And to show something a little bit more fantasy. Ooh, that looks neat. This person is doing a fishy fish. We get to see the entire process they take in drawing it. From start to finish. Ooh, nice use of color. I like the extra contrast between the yellow and the blue. And a little bit of purple, a little bit of pink in there to make a purple effect. And they toss some bubbles at the end just for a good measure. Now, I'm going to show you something that I've done. I have done some game design, and I actually use this for 3D modeling, for terrain. Because you can actually build... You can actually export anything in Tilt Brush into Unity, like directly. Just one-to-one, you can transfer anything from Tilt Brush into Unity. And then walk around in it. So I can make my map layout in here, just a rough sketch. I mean, obviously, these are all rough. But then I can actually walk around and see how it would feel in first person. What different sections would look like. Now, this would be a lift over here. Go up the lift. And the off-lift into this town area, which I just, sort of haphazardly tossed together just to show that there would be a town here that actually overlooks the starting zone. That way, for the starting zone, you can actually survey most of the area before you actually go out and explore, so you can get your bearings. That was my idea for this. And then, using some of the effect lines over here, just for it to denote where I'm going to place enemy spawns in the future, some quest markers, or some sort of fetch quest or whatever I decide to add. Let me go down there and whoosh. And then there's some quick and dirty trees. That's over there is a human scale, just to show you what a human size would look like in this world, and what they would look like from different distances. So for game design, I actually think this is a pretty interesting tool. You don't need to use it. I mean, I don't know of any game that has used it. But as a prototyping tool to just throw something together and make a plan, I think it's really nice. And the fact that you can just load it directly into Unity and then put your terrain textures down afterwards and go from there, I think is fantastic. And I also made this. I tried to recreate what's the name of it? The forest in Ocarina of Time from memory. I'm probably very wrong, and I did not check after I finished it. But this was me going completely from memory to see what I could figure out, what I could think of. Whoosh. I'm actually kind of proud of this treasure chest over here. Maybe I shouldn't be, but... Oh, isn't that majestic? There. I think that turned out nicely. Alright, so we're going to be working on a new project with all of you. New. Sketchbook new? How do I go new? I forget. Okay. Fair sketch. Sure. Alright. So let me just quickly show you the tools that we have available to us. We have all of these different brushes. The light brush is one of the most iconic for the program. Just creates a beautiful and a very vibrant image with a glow effect. I don't actually find it to be terribly useful when actually drawing, but it is beautiful. And if you're doing something that uses that wants this sort of effect, this is just an amazing way of doing it. I'm set to blue. I'll change between brushes. We also have a fire brush, which is roughly the same except animated, but it does let you do some very interesting effects, and they stack very nicely. And the embers trail is designed to work in tandem with the fire, of course. Just creates a little bit of sparkle. And let's add some smoke in here. Yeah, maybe we'll actually do a... Oh yeah, that's right, the smoke doesn't raise, it's just a static smoke. Actually, let me undo that and make the smoke a gray. That would make more sense. Something like here? Yeah, that looks nice. I could actually... maybe I'll make a bonfire later. You guys need to let me know what you want me to draw, but for now I'm just going to start out by showing off the tools. Because right now, just seeing what it is available to us is going to be more important, I think. We have snow effects, which I think is a little bit overdone and a little bit silly, but it works. I think it's a little bit much, in my opinion. A bit heavy-handed. And there's a rainbow, which is effectively just a very thin strand light effect that pulses and changes color. Stars, because why not? You gotta have some sort of wingdings brush, right? Alright. This velvet ink is actually very pleasant to work with. Especially if I increase the brush size. It creates this really nice pen stroke effect. This almost calligraphy effect. Like Japanese calligraphy with the wide brushes. And it stretches out very nicely. And this waveform, if you want to do something audio themed, I don't think it actually interacts with any audio. I think it just constantly pulses like that. Yeah, I don't think it actually works in tandem with anything. Little ink splatter, little for graffiti style stuff. The duct tape, I'll walk outside of that mess. Duct tape is just really just a wide 2D brush. And the paper is effectively the same, but with a little bit more of a matte on it as opposed to the gloss that's on the tape here. Oh, the chorus bristles are nice. I use this for the tree effects and in my own work. It also would work well for grains of wheat, something of that nature. A wheat field could be interesting to make, although just be kind of spamming this a lot, I guess. Maybe it wouldn't be that interesting. Dr. Wiggles, this one is called. What does it do? It creates a brushstroke that is constantly moving. Because nothing says art like an animated GIF. The electricity is actually interesting. Creates this bar of electricity that actually is scribbling. I find that more interesting than something like this. This here I don't think is terribly exciting. This I can actually see a use for. And streams. Very good if you're doing this for game design or development. The streamers can be pathing markers or directional ways to guide the eye to a certain area, or just as a reminder to say, oh yeah, I want the player to go here, so I'll add this as a reminder for later when I'm actually implementing things. Hypercolor is just beautiful. Hypercolor is just a constantly pulsing screensaver brush. I think it's pretty. Bubbles, because why wouldn't you have a bubble brush? Kind of silly not to have a bubble brush, right? Neon pulse just creates this empty bar with this neon line that will pulse through it. I think it's a well-named brush. And the cell vinyl is just another 2D brush, but this one is actually a flat 2D that has an animation border around it, which lets you create a different aesthetic. This is also completely untextured. This is also a cell shaded. Remember when cell shading was a big deal? Like, remember when there were games coming out and cell shading was all the rage for 6 months, and then the gaming community on the whole kind of put it to the side and didn't touch it for another 3 years after that? That was right around the era when everybody was going brown for color schemes, right around the brown era of gaming. There was just this abundance of almost a counterculture, really, right? This handful of cel-shaded games. This handful of cel-shaded games that were like, no, we're not going brown, we're doing art stylish. And then those are the games like Wind Waker that actually stood the test of time that people think of fondly. And the sea of brown games have all been superannuated and all look really drab nowadays. It's just a really interesting timing in gaming culture, gaming history. This hypergrid is neat in a neon sense. I could see it doing some cyberpunk styles with this. I use this more just for a reminder. If I see that, then that's a reminder that I was going to use an invisible line, like an aggro line or a pathing line. So I see this, and that's a reminder that this is the line that I want something invisible to be on. So for me, if I go whoosh, 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 and then when I'm working in Unity, when I'm working in a development software, I'll be like, okay, I'll delete this, and then replace it with a line of my own creation for something invisible. And there's this light wire, which I don't really get, to be honest. It seems a little weird on the weird side to me. I can't even imagine a use for this. What would you use this for in an artistic setting? I don't know. I don't get it. This is just the lightning except with multiple colors. And dots, which is also another good one, like this, to use for pathing lines. Say, I want something to go this direction. If you're working on a boss battle or something, you can even design projectile lines in Tilt Brush before you actually get to work on the thing itself. You have these petals, which are great for grass effects, and you can do other stuff with them too, but I like to use them for just creating bulk grass like that. You also have this icing, which is a 3D object, and again, all the 3D objects actually will import into Unity. Hey, Nay! All these 3D effects that you'll see in the next couple of options can directly import into Unity. This toon brush is the same as the flat brush, except that it is actually a 3D model with a cell shaded effect on it. You can see the cell shading break a little bit on the corners, but if you take this and import it into Unity, that will actually be fixed once you have it in the game engine as opposed to the art tool. And wire, which is honestly just a thicker brush. Spikes, Same thing, same brush, except it tapers at the end. We are almost done with the different brushes. This one tapers on both ends. This one's just heckin' cool. I mean, look at that. That's just cool. Almost System Shocky, right? Doesn't that kind of remind you of the System Shock aesthetic? I think it does. This comet, I think, is pretty neat. But here's the important ones. The bottom four here are the ones that are actually important. Shiny Hull, Matte Hull, Unlit Hull, and Diamond. This actually allows you to create a full 3D model, as if you were making it in Blender. So if you wanted to make a sword, you just take this here, add a cross guard, and then add your pommel, widen that out, bring it dark, lower the brush size, and you could, I don't know, make something here on the grip. It's incredibly versatile. The Unlit Hull is the same thing, except it's not affected by any lighting that you have in the room. If you have any, you can see how here this actually has a source lighting from that direction, and the Unlit Hull is unaffected by that. And the Shiny Hull is, of course, has an albedo, has a lighting effect built into it. And then lastly, the Diamond is just a transparency. So let's go and clear the sketch entirely. And I need something to draw. I need someone to recommend something to draw. Last time I did the Ocarina of Time landscapes, I think landscapes are the things like I'm most comfortable with. Like humans, I don't really understand how human anatomy works. They're weird. But I will go with whatever you guys think. Alright, there's also a mirror tool, so if you want to do something that has a mirroring effect. And there's a handful of... Where are they? Wait. There's more options. Where's my more options? I should have more options. Advanced mode. There we go. Oh, look at that. All it does is add this stuff here, but this adds a library of tools. I don't want the poly library. I want the guides. So if you want to do a circle, you can take the circle tool, grab it here. Let's grab a blue and use one of the hull tools. Let's go with a matte hull. And this will let you build on exactly these guidelines. Forces you to stay inside the lines. That's what you saw earlier in the tool for... There we go. That's what you saw earlier in the still life that somebody was making. Okay. So, what should I do a drawing of? I need a recommendation. I'll work on the environment while somebody thinks of something. Oh, that's pleasant. Let's go with the night sky, I think. Okay. Then, if no one has any thoughts, I will go back to my sketch from Zelda. And where can I go from here? Now, there's another building over here, I think. I'm pretty sure there's another building. I'll just do a simple matte hull structure over here. There we are. The only downside to this tool is that there is no erase. Oh no, that's what's over there. There's a entire cliff section, isn't there? There's a whole cliff section over this. So this is way too close. Okay. Okay, how do I do this? This part here needs to go, so let's eraser tool that. Now we need to add more land. We just need to go over more. Let's make everything smaller. Grab a guide of a cube. And make it large enough, and angle it so it matches roughly where the ground is. And now we want to match the color of the ground. Did that do it? No. There. Now we can add more terrain here. So it's just using the guide to keep it flat. It's going to not be perfectly flat there, but that's fine. We'll just... There we go. Get rid of the guide. We have a step there, but that's okay. I'm just going for amusement rather than for real quality at this point. Quality is... quality is a myth. Okay, so how did that go? It has been so long since I've played Ocarina of Time. Let's add a add a taller step here, like this. And from there we will expand it out. And like that, yeah. Now, I think this goes down to a step, because I know at the very bottom part you can actually get on it. You can actually jump onto it and climb up. So I want to say that there's 3 tiers. So let's make it a second tier here. This is the starting zone of Ocarina of Time. Over here, you can see Link's house, the path that Navi flies in. She bonks against the fencing, and then ends up there. You have another hut there, you have this weird terrace, you have the places you can jump across, you have the shop. I know that the building is not like this, but I just grabbed this as a prefabricated building, because, why not? And this over here... Okay, and I can just do a little bit of work to shore that up, make that a little bit more even. There. And then the bottom part, Link can actually jump onto, so we want to move that low. There, that works. And yeah, let's cut it off to this corner here like that. But then it goes up to a second ledge tier, right? It goes up here, and then there's another ledge here, but you can get to that from the far right, I want to say? Okay. And then this area has one of those weird statues. I remember one of those weird statues. I don't think I ever learned what they did. I don't think I ever actually learned what the weird statues in Ocarina of Time were for. Like, you could hit them with a hammer and they would, like, explode or something. But I don't remember why. Let's just make this a tilted angle here. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll just go all the way to there. And we'll make that a right angle just to fill in that line. Okay. Oh, wait, we need this back. Put it back. Oh no, we want this flat though. There, that angle works. That angle works. And then there's an entrance to the Lost Woods up here, right? It's a Lost Woods entrance, I want to say. I think there is. Is there? Not Lost Woods. There's a woods entrance up there. Some kind of wood entrance. Let's just make this a bit of a wall, and then we will actually make a wall over here. Because there is a good old-fashioned N64 style giant wall blocking your path to make sure that you can't go somewhere you're not supposed to. What do I do now? How do I... Oh, duplicate? No, I don't want to duplicate. Okay, cancel that. I could move it. Mayhap not. I can recolor it. Yeah, okay, and then there was the tunnel here. Oh, cancel. Go back to that hole. And there was the tunnel here. Okay. And the tunnel has a black cave maw entrance. I mean, that was a little bit too much at the end. There. So that's how you go out of here. This is actually woods. Maybe that should have been a different color. Maybe. Okay. And then that's going to connect to this. Right? Is there anything else between this? I don't think there was. So this... Oh, that's too bright, isn't it? Let's go a little darker here. So this connects to here. And this is just one big old you can't go here wall. And let's push it all the way out so it matches this corner there. There. I have no memory of what that section of the map looks like. None whatsoever. Okay, and then there was another house here. Some form. So let's just add... Oh yeah, it was shaped like a tree stump, wasn't it? I think it was shaped like a tree stump, like something like this. Then it had a black... just a portal entrance in the front. That seems right. Yeah, that seems right. Oh, that one had rocks around it. I remember. That has rocks around it. So let's add some rocks. Yeah. How can I do a rock? Let's do a... unlit hull? No, that doesn't work. Just a matte hull? I might just keep on using the matte hull tool, because it's just so versatile. That really works. Yeah, there's a little circle of rocks outside of this guy's house. And he can't pick them up. But you can come back later and pick them up. I don't think you get any reward for doing it. Like, at all. Okay, so... what's up here? Let's go in here and get smaller. Let's change our size. See, we can change our scale. And there was... it's a good gray. Something in the middle, right? Would be a good gray. There. Huh? What if I do this? Sort of make a little... something of this nature. Now, what was the symbol on it? It was an eye. It was an eye, right? So it was... actually, I don't want to use the hull tool for that. I want to use... let's use the loft. So it was here, here, like this. And then like that. Can everyone hear me okay? Like, is my audio coming through properly? I'm a little worried because I'm using the Vive speaker as opposed to my normal one, so it's definitely not going to be as good audio quality. But let me know if you have any audio trouble. Okay. Let's see. Let me check something right here. Let me think about this. So what did the rest of that look like? Okay. It also have... at the bottom is... I think, you know, that sounds right. That feels right. No, it doesn't feel right at all. It was maybe 3? Yeah. That seems right. Something of that nature. I I still have no idea what those actually were for. They were always for something. Oh well. Probably need some grass around here too. There's the grass tool. Add a little bit of grass for dressing. Actually, I should probably add it elsewhere as well. Well, where else is there grass in here specifically? Like cuttable grass. Over this section, I remember here. No, can you cut grass? And I don't think you can cut most of the grass in this game. This entire section was the grass because I remember there's hidden rupees in it. Something like this. There we go. Where else is there grass in this village? Probably the other side, I'm guessing? That feels right. So you can see, actually, if I go underneath, I'm just starting the buds down there, so that they're a little bit spread out when I get to when they come out from above. So I'm actually starting the stroke from here and bringing it up. That way it creates more of the frond effect, as opposed to if I started it here, it would just look like it was a bud coming out. That would look more like a plant. If I was drawing like a plant, I could do something like that, and add a longer spike out. And I actually wanted to do a proper flower. What would I use? What would I want to use? Let's go with this pinch tool and make it something. There. Okay, so if we go here, we can make a flower here. And then there. Now let's make the middle section have a little bit of a bulb. What color should the bulb be? Let's go with a purple. There! Now we have a flower for Neela. It doesn't actually fit Zelda, but it's pretty, so let's keep it. Okay. Let's go back to petal. Green. Where else do we want grass? One of the sections in here has grass, right? Yeah, one of the sections in the back here has grass. There we go. By making the brush wider, it comes out like that. That's a little too wide. Actually, I like that. That way that comes out there. That looks nice. That looks more like the general ground cover grass that is actually in here. Oh, yeah. Oh, that looks fantastic. Oh, I like that. Let me do that in the other places I had grass. Let's add some of this deeper, more ground covery style of grass. And the left controller, I have an easy undo button. Oh, I could probably draw a plague doctor. You know, after we finish a little bit more on this, I will try a plague doctor. Let's get a little bit more of that ground cover here. Too much wide. I'm not great at drawing humans. I don't understand human anatomy too well, but I can give it a shot. Yes! Oh, yes! Ocarina of Time is such a good game. Okay, so what else do we have to do here? This is entirely from memory. This is entirely from scratch from memory. So, I'm probably horribly wrong. Dropper, grab this here. And now let's take this wall and extend it. And it's something of this nature here, I think. We'll connect it to that wall that we have over there. Now we have another portal here that's made. This is another one that's made of wood, and making wood is pretty hard. So I'm just going to do this and pretend that looks like wood. You can't do any textures in this program. There's no way to draw any textures. You only have, so that's why I use it for prototyping. So there's that, there's that. Then we can just do a little bit more here. Okay. So that's what I remember of the starting area of Ocarina of Time. Then over there you have the whole tree thing. And then, yeah, I'm pretty happy with this for now. Maybe someday I'll come back to this if people. Yeah. Maybe I'll come back to this someday. But first, I'm going to save. Save. And now I want a new sketch. What? What'd I do? Look. Where is new? I want new. Sketchbook new. Heck. Okay, we're just gonna go clear and then save as a new thing. I just don't want to accidentally... You know what? No, heck. I'll just make the Plague Doctor in here. I can be a Plague Doctor in Ocarina of Time. Why not? Yeah, Ocarina of Time has a Plague Doctor now. That's the plan. That's the plan now. We'll go down... Where to go? Where would a Plague Doctor be? Oh, hi, Mox. Where would a Plague Doctor be in Ocarina of Time? If we're gonna add a Plague Doctor somewhere, I mean, might as well do it here. Is there a doctor in that starting village? I can't think if there is one or not. Oh well. Let's go human scale. And then... I'm going to start with the head because that seems the easiest to start with. Let's grab a sphere guide. Probably needs to be a little bit bigger. Yeah. And then we'll just fill that with a matte hull. And it's pretty pale, but not perfectly pale. So let's go with this. Fill this around. No, actually, let's not use that brush. Let's just use the marker brush to fill this easier. That'll keep it more round than the hull brush. I'm just so used to using the hull brush because that's exports into Blender and Unity and everything else very cleanly. But for actually drawing, I should probably use the drawing tools. Like, that makes sense, right? It probably would be very happy for me if I use the tools that I'm supposed to use when I'm supposed to use the tools I'm supposed to use. Okay. So now we take that and toss it. I don't actually have a cone tool. So I'm going to have to freehand that. Which means I'm definitely using an unlit hull. Matte hull. So let's lower the size of that. And to go from... It starts at nose height, because they have eyes. Goes out. And then goes about to there. Now I just need to make it round. Or beak-shaped. I forget, is it round or beak-shaped? Probably beaky. I have a lot of beak themings going on, so let's keep it like a beak. There! This looks more like a Doduo, but you know what? We can work with it. We'll work with it for now. Maybe I should just put the... Nah, I'm fine. Now, eyes. They're usually portrayed with these dark, beady eyes, right? Do I have a better way of doing a dark, beady eye? I don't. So let's put one... there. No, that's not actually touching things. Another one here. Now, actually, no, they're not eyes. They are goggles, right? So this needs to be... Let's take a lofted brush and make these into goggles. Yeah, the mask was used... I think it looks perfect so far. The mask that was used did contain a whole bunch of herbs and a whole bunch of, mostly herbs and medicines that were thought to keep the plague away. Oh, that's not clean at all. No, that won't do. No. What's even worse? Let's see. Maybe if I make it bigger, it'll be easier to have brush control. Wait, why are these still connected? I'm good. Okay. That gotta get it. Got it. How's that? Heck. Sore wa koko. Sore wa. Art's hard. Okay. I got. That looks good. We're keeping it. That looks good. That's as good as we've seen. If it's a lens, then what if we do this? What if we take the diamond hull and do that? Now, you can't really see it too well, but it'll have a little bit of lens reflection on it. There's not enough lighting in here for that to make a difference, at least not as big a difference as I thought it would. But I'm still happy with it. Now, what kind of hat? When I want to think of Plague Knight with the hood, because the Plague Knight had, the big old coif hood on. But I'm feeling top hat. Oh. I'm feeling top hat. What if I come here? And then I have a cone tool, right? Capsule tool. That works. That works for what I'm using it for. I think. I grab and lengthen this. Oh, I'd like to. Oh, I was grabbing the panel. I don't want to move the panel. I like the panel there. There we go. And then bring that down and circle it around. Great. Oh, I like it. Look at that hat. We're onto something. We're getting there. Now. Now what? Hair? Yeah. There are usually humans in there, and humans have hair, right? I think so. Let's take the petal. Bring it to... this. Can I do this? Oh, yeah, that turns out real nice. There we go. Oh, look at that scraggly hair. So, on this side too. I recently learned how to tell humans apart. Because it's not easy. I mean, humans kind of all look the same, right? Like, they've got a lot of similarities in them. Oh, I love that. But the way to tell them apart is the plumage. Hi, I'm drawing a plague doctor. Earlier, I made the Ocarina of Time starting area. And a flower for Nalon. Right now I'm working on a plague doctor. Let's grab this. Let's get ourselves smaller. And make a neck. Because humans have necks. Oh, so you can tell humans by their plumage. That's how you can tell. If it's a boy, then it has the shorter and darker hair, and girls have brighter neon-colored hair, like, greens and purples and stuff. That's how you can tell the difference as far as I know. No, this needs to be marker tool. Yeah, that works. I think that works. But then we're going to add something else. That's a neck. That's how necks work. That's how neck. No, that's off-centered. Con. There we go. There we go. Now, what do we do here? Probably want to use the capsule for a body. So this capsule is actually too small now for me to be able to grab it and make it larger, so we will just toss it. And grab it, whoosh, and spawn a new capsule. There we go. Nope, heck. There we are. Now, humans are... let's see, I grab this here, make it wider. I forget how... It's actually... Oh, I just remembered there's a much better template for this. Hold on. I can actually do something decent with this if I think for a moment. If I go to the Poly Library, I can grab... Where is it? It's a dressmaker template. Somewhere. Where is it? Heck. There's a dressmaker template in here. I apologize for not having this ready already. I went in here not knowing what I was going to be drawing. Should just be the regular guides. Should just be something one of these. Oh well, I guess we don't have that thing that I thought I had. More. Is there a more button? There it is, dress form. What? Where is that? Oh, never mind. That's not what I'm looking for. Is it? No, I don't think it is. That doesn't work at all. Well, let's go back to... We'll go back to the night sky. Okay. Sure. Now then. How are we going to do the body? How are we going to do a body here? I think we're going to grab this capsule here and make it a little bit wider for shoulders. It's just something... No, I need to actually use a matte tool. That doesn't make sense. No, that can't be right. Let's try this. We're just going freehand. So the human, there's a shoulder here. Yeah, that's not looking fantastic. Okay. I can do this. I like what I have so far. What I have so far looks... I'm happy with. I'll say it looks good. I don't think anyone else will, but I'll say it looks good. But what do I do from this? How do I get a body? How do I make a body? Okay, let's fiddle. Let's take the matte hull. Yeah, human anatomy is strange and has a whole bunch of weird shapes in it, and I just don't get it. It's just, like, kind of beyond me. I don't really see why. I don't get it. It's just weird. No. It has to be a hull. Maybe it'll look better if I change the color. That looks good. Now we have a scarf. Okay, we can work with a scarf. Now we have a scarf. Now the neck goes somewhere. That was what I needed. I needed the neck to go somewhere. Yeah. Now it's going to make sense. Now everything's going to be okay. Now everything is going to be perfect. Now we've got this under control. All we needed was a scarf. If I take the scarf and go... Wait, how do I... Go off onto the shoulders... Yeah. And fall off the shoulders... something like this. And we need to do the same on the other side. I guess the back doesn't need as much. You know what? We can add a cape. We're adding a cape. I can do a cape. I can probably do a cape. There, we have a cape. Perfect. Oh, it's looking good now. Okay, I can kind of see it. I can kind of see the shape now. It's starting to make sense. Starting to make sense to me. Okay, now we need a shoulder. Ha. Okay, so what do we do here? What do we do? What color? We need another color. We can do a lighter color, because this is going to be a shirt, right? There's a shirt that people... let's keep this line that we have going down the middle, and say that's, intentional. We'll call that intentional. Yes, we're putting that's intentional now. We're just gonna... Oh, no. Pawn. Okay. And then a similar one on the other side with a slight gap in between. Because that's how fashion works. Now we need arms. Arms. Actually, we can probably use... not disco. Yes, we should absolutely use disco for everything. This is just the best brush in the entire program. I can't think of any situation why I shouldn't be using that, if I'm being honest. Wire? Is that lit? No, that's not lit. I need something lit. Icing. That's not right. That has too much texture. No, that's 2D. Where's my other 3D stuffs? Do I not really have a good lit 2D rope other than this? Oh yeah, perfect. That looks exactly how things work. Nope, that's not gonna cut it. I don't think that... Something about this seems off, but I can't figure out what. No, I'm not sure. You know what? I don't know how arms work, but that's okay. We're gonna move on to legs. Legs will probably make more sense. Because we need a waist. We need a waist. How's the waist just gonna do a thing? We need that, but let's change the color. What color should we use for a belt? Belts are brown. There. There, now we need something gold in the middle of it. How do I make that? Shiny hull, yes. There. That's a belt. Perfect. Hello, Jim. Okay, so now we need legs. We need crotch first, then legs. We want something dark brown. So this is going to be the start of pants. No, that's too red. That's too much the same as the belt. That's good. So let's take this. And bring this down a bit. Okay. So now... let's just do that as a leg. And then do another. Oh, it's looking good. We still don't have any idea how to do arms, but we have feet. Now we need some shoes. Plague Doctor should be wearing fancy shoes, right? Like penny loafers or something? So let's take the shoe out a bit like that. No, that looks terrible. That's not how shoes look. That's not how shoes look either. Actually, that looks okay. That looks okay. You know what? I'll take it. That looks okay. Okay. So here we have shoes. Now we need a buckle. Buckles for the shoes. So let's switch back to a gold and use the shiny hull again. Let's get ourselves smaller so we can see things a bit easier. There we go. Just need to recess the center of it into the shoe. And then laces. Shoes have laces. Let's use wire for that and go really small. And dark. That needs to be a darker brown. Okay. There. What are we going to do for arms? What are we going to do for arms? Okay. So, we have a plague doctor with no arms. They can't do doctoring without arms. You need arms to doctor things. That's how... We can't do arms the way we did legs. Let's go back to that color. Let's grab that color. Grab that hull white. And... We've got this. We're gonna be okay. This is harder than the Bloodborne bosses I've been facing. Like, the concept of drawing an actual human being is just, like, far beyond defeating some unknown terror. No, he's... You know what? We're gonna make him... There, that works. There. Those look like arms. That's how arms work. Okay. Now what? Now... Let's give them a lapel. Something... There. There. Oh, that looks nice. That looks like a nice dapper effect. He needs a clasp here. That'll also keep the gold consistent between the different parts of the model. If we add a golden clasp here, it'll have gold, so that the gold is more consistent across the entire object. Yeah. Now, you might be thinking what I'm going to do for hands. The answer is nothing. I'm not doing anything for hands. Hands are... No, I'm not doing hands. Okay? I'm glad we had that conversation. Okay, and then grab this, and then... Okay, I'll make a little ball hand if you're... Okay, does that make you happier? A little ball hand. Perfect. Okay. Does this hand deserve anything? Do I do anything with that? Let's see if we have another... bubble. Ah, it doesn't look good. No, that doesn't work. No, oh, for the flames. The embers. We'll make them not white, because that doesn't look great. What would complement the rest of the color? Probably reusing the green again would be the best use of color here. Or do we use that pink? Let's reuse that pink. There. Now we have a plague doctor. a nice cape. With I'm happy with this. I'm proud of this. Yes, this makes me proud. Okay, so I need something else to draw. So if somebody else has a recommendation, let me get rid of some of my tools here. Wow. Okay. So we have our Plague Doctor. Yeah, I'm going to screenshot this for Twitter later. Beautiful. And what's the best angle to actually capture this area? And, well, someone tossed me an idea for something else to draw while I'm taking a few screenshots. There we go. Grab and pull this towards me. And yeah. Let's see if I can change the lighting again. Oh yeah. Oh, nice. I forgot I could do that. I can actually do that type of coloring. Oh, that's terrible. Thank you. I don't like this look. Sorry, I meant. Let's go back to standard now, I think. Whoosh. Probably should have reused the green somewhere else, huh? The green is only... Well, no, it's used on enough space area that I think having only one place using the green is okay. Because when I'm doing modeling, that's what I think about, is when you're thinking about color theory, you want colors to be in multiple places. The same color in multiple places for visual consistency. And we have less lighter colors, less whites on the bottom, which is okay because we want to draw the eye up towards the visual area that we want the person to be looking at. And the only color that's independent of anything else is the cape, but the cape has enough surface area that I think that's okay to have. I should probably fill this middle section here, just so, not like to remove the seam, but just to I drop this here. That still looks good. I mean, I could go crazy and like start adding buttons or something, but, well, I'm going to call that done. We have all that human hair. We have a wonderful top hat. Pikachu. Okay, I can go for Pikachu. That should be fine. Let me... Yeah, whoosh. Okay, where is Pikachu gonna go? We'll put Pikachu right over in this corner. That's where Saria is, in Zelda. Sorry, that name just popped into my mind. I suddenly remembered who Saria was and had to say her name. I think it's her. No, no. Saria has short dark hair, which means it's a boy. Yes, okay. They have red hair. Because red hair would make it a girl. I forget. Okay, so for Pikachu, we're going to take the Capsule Collider again, because this is kind of most of the shape of it, right? Pikachu has that... Okay, so let's start just with this. Nope. We're going to take an actual color here. There, that looks Gen 1 yellow. And we're just going to start out by filling in this here, and then we can work off of this as a base. That's fine. And then... Okay. Pikachu is interesting. How do I Pikachu? For the head... What if I... no, that doesn't work. I just need a circle sphere. The head... Is the head bigger than the body? No, the head can't be bigger than the body. That would be weird. Let's just fill this in and... No, that's terrible. That's not how things work. So we have... The head has... The head shape... okay, let me grab this icing just to play with. The head shape has the ears. It has a wider head. The other ear. And then this section down here, like this maybe? With an eye. And then the big blush marks. That looks like the right shape. So I guess I'm going to be using this here. It's... Maybe. Let's go with the marker on that and see how it looks. Okay. Is that covered? That looks like it's covered pretty well. Yeah. Then we need the... we can probably use the tapered... Where is it? Loft. Yes, the loft. Something like this. The tips of those are black. I can't make the tips of those a different color, though. I think the tips of those are black. Oh, there's an idea. I could use that for the tail. That's kind of cool. I might do that once I get to the tail. That's not a... I think I'm on the right track. Eyes. How do I do eyes? Eyes, I'm going to take the matte hull in white. And... one eye. How do I know? I know. Wait, I have a tool for this. I should have been doing this on the... Where is it? Where'd it go? Give me the mirror. Hello? Where is it? Can't find it. Did I leave it somewhere? There it is. Okay, I need to grab it. Wait, why is it over here? There, I need to move it. Now let's get back in here. So now, I just need to make sure this is lined up. Mirror, I want you to be different than you are, but you're not. There, now we have a mirror tool. Now we only need to draw one good eye and the other eye will match it. So if I take this... There! Oh, that's so good! Look at those eyes. Those are wonderful eyes. I mean, okay, maybe they're not wonderful, but I'm happy with them. I don't know why. There. Now we have the red dots, the red cheek dots. More pink, though, aren't they? The red in contrast with the yellow, but I don't think they're actually red. Actually, I should probably be using a marker tool instead of a hull tool for this. That's a little bit recessed. I don't like how that's recessed. We'll go with that. Nose and mouth should both be black, I think. You know, we'll just leave that little, tiny little dot as the impression of a nose. That looks like Pikachu to me, yeah. Okay, so let's take, there's the Comet tool. The Comet tool we can do cool stuff with. So let's take the Comet tool, oops. I actually just ran into a wall. These things happen in VR once in a while. I need to be here so I don't run into walls. Whoosh. Whoosh. Comet. Needs to be yellow. Okay, that looks a little way too charming. Oh no, I have an electric tool. I have a Zot tool. I need to actually make the tail properly, and then I can make the Zot tool around it. Yeah, that's the plan. So what made me want to be a VTuber? So that is actually a complicated question, but long story short is I miss acting. I haven't been in the acting business for like 6 or 7 years, and I miss it. And VTubing is acting. It's all improv acting. I had someone ask me, you know, if they should become a VTuber, and my first instinctual reaction was, "How much acting training do you have? What's your background? Are you classically trained? Are you have you done plays, or have you done stage, or have you done movies?" And they stared at me because they were thinking that it was like, I just want to play video games in front of a camera. And I'll be honest with you, if that's your goal, I don't think that that's going to create an effective VTuber. Because, to be perfectly honest with you, I made it through my 4-hour Mario 3 stream, and I didn't have 5 consecutive seconds without words, without some sort of conversation, without some sort of discussion, and almost all of it was relevant and on topic. My Bloodborne streams are just a constant stream of consciousness about what I am thinking about in relation to the game. So, yeah, if you want to be a VTuber because you want to be a actor and you want to bring joy to people, then by all means do it, because that is a big part of what's going to make you happy in VTubing. If you want to go into VTubing because you think it's neat or it's going to make you money, skip it. If you want to go into VTubing because you think it's easy, I'm just going to start laughing at you. But if you want to start going into streaming because you want an audience and you want to bring joy to people and you want to take the time, effort, and focus to learn how to be an actor, do it. This fulfills me in a way that many things in my life don't right now. There. There's black spots on the tail. There's absolutely black spots on the tail. But I can't actually change the part of the color of something, so I need to draw like that, and that just doesn't look good. So I'm going to leave the tail just yellow. Now what? Now what? Arms. My old nemesis, arms. Arms are, in fact, hard. Right here. Grab this. What does Pikachu do with their arms? What ya? No, I do. That looks wretched. That's not right at all. I need more shoulder. I need more extrusion on the shoulder. An actual shoulder instead of just that. I need the same on the other. I should use the mirror tool again. Yeah, I mostly use this for landscapes. Again, I mostly use this for landscapes. So doing actual models is strange and confusing to me. Perfect. See, now we have shoulders. That actually, you know what? I'm actually happy with those shoulders. I don't know if I should be or not, but those shoulders actually look kind of neat. definitely fixes one of the things that was wrong with the model. There's a lot more that's wrong with the model, but that fixed some of the things that were wrong with it. Stars. Yellow stars. No, we need more colors in here. What would complement yellow without being too out of character? Well, that's the thing, is anything that's on model for Pikachu is pretty much all yellow. But that's because Pikachu is rarely shown on their own. They're always shown in an environment and with other characters that complement the color contrast. See, that's why you have Charizard as red, Bulbasaur as green, and Squirtle as blue. It's because at any given time, there's multiple of them on screen, so that you don't have just the pure yellow. Pikachu is a great design, but it's not a good design it doesn't work in a vacuum. Pikachu in a vacuum is, less effective than Pikachu in an ensemble. Because Pikachu in an ensemble is fantastic. I mean, Pikachu's fine on their own, don't get me wrong, but comparatively, actually having, Pikachu in any given scene, the scene's colors complement Pikachu's coloration. Or contrast, or whatever. I mean complement in the colloquial phrase, not in the actual art phrase. That... You know what? I'm going with that. That is my Pikachu. Okay. Yeah, oh, is there more red on it? Is there red anywhere else on Pikachu other than the blush marks? Oh, by the way, when I'm looking like this and just looking to the left, that's when I'm actually reading chat. I have a chat window here on my elbow, but you can't see it. So when I take my arm and lift up my elbow, I can actually see chat. That's part of why the text setup for this stream was so strange, because I needed a way to be able to monitor that. I can't actually check the stream health. I have no idea if my audio is coming through, like none. But I can tell that people are talking, which makes me think that people are listening. And honestly, the belief that people are listening to me, that kind of keeps me going. Like that's a big part of what keeps me going in this. Like in general. What else does Pikachu have that's noteworthy? There's different colors on the tail. Changing color on an existing segment is difficult. I mean, it's impossible in this tool, but without doing something weird. I think, what if we just take a rainbow? Yes. Pikachu says gay rights. There we go. I love it. Okay. What else can we do? I'm gonna do one more thing. Now, if anybody else has a request. Because we have an awesome Pikachu, an awesome Witch Doctor, and I'm still pretty happy with the Zelda world, if I'm being honest. I'm actually gonna save this. Yeah. Mei-Chan is very familiar with my art crimes. Mei-Chan forgives me. Oh, yeah, adding more red would be good. I'm not... I'll leave the rainbow. I'll just leave the rainbow for now. I think I'm comfortable with that. But yeah, the next step for this would be, like, if I was actually making an art thing for making use, would be to take this, export this entire thing to Blender. And then in Blender, then you can start doing textures, then you can clean up all the thin lines. I use this for prototyping levels, mostly. I think this Pikachu is a delight. I am proud of this. There we go. Okay. let's see. Let's pull up another. It seems like chat's a little bit behind. So I'm going to pull up another featured sketch while people tell me what they would like for me to work on. Ooh. Ooh, very pretty. Good use of the fogging effects. I didn't really use any fog effects in mine. Oh, they used the star just to create a little sparkle in general, and they worked on the clouds by adding the wiggling lines. Okay, that creates a nice effect. And I love the Aurora Borealis that they made with the fog effects. That turns out real nice. I never actually played Mask of Majora. I never played it. I don't have a reason why I haven't played it. I just quite literally never got around to it. Like, I loved Ocarina of Time. It was my favorite game. But I just never played Majora's Mask. Ooh. That's very sci-fi action-y. Ooh, I like the blasting effects they did there. Bum, 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 bum. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Nice. Fire Lady Big. Fire Lady Big, good. Let's see. Actually, this is an hour and a half. Yeah, I can do another. If someone has a request, go for it. You know, was it a request from Majora's Moon, or is that my asking if is that a comment? I have no idea. Oh. Ooh. So these people are mostly using the marker tool as opposed to the hull tool. I use the hull mostly because, again, exporting to Unity. But the marker tools gets a lot of nice visual effect going. Oh, they even did a reflection, like it's standing in water. Oh, it's in a river. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, they're so good at this. Oh, wow, look at how good at this they are. That's amazing. See, you guys got to see some good art. Even if it's not mine, you got to see some good art. Bum, 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 bum. Ooh. Where is it? Oh, there it is. This is Banksy, I want to say. Recreation of one of Banksy's artworks, the graffiti artist. The stark black and white is really neat. What tool are they using? They're using the unlit tool, so there's no shadowing. That's interesting. This is still they're doing a painting. They're doing a 2D model. They're not using this to make a 3D model. They're doing a really interesting job, but they're not actually making it 3D. That's an interesting choice. So Majora's Moon. Well, it's a moon, so it has to have an orb. I think it's moon colored. I mean, probably. It should be a light bluish. Yes, we want to be on the marker tool. No, it needs to be lighter. It needs to be more of a eggshell, huh? That looks like a good color, yeah. So let's fill all this in first. You know, I could probably find a way to play Majora's Mask on stream. And since I've never played it before, that would be an interesting experience. How could I do that? It's not on Switch, and I can't actually capture an N64. I still have my N64. It's actually still hooked up even. I hooked it up just to have it hooked up. Like, I didn't actually intend to use it on anything. I just hooked it up because I had an N64, and I just wanted to have it connected. So it's technically hooked up to my TV. Okay, so we have a moon. How do we add pockmarks? Here's an idea. What if we take this oil paint? No. No, that doesn't work. Oh, hey, I could use that for hair, too. Neat. I was trying to use this to get some crags on the surface, but it doesn't really work like I hoped. It has a face and red eyes, I want to say. So let's make some red eyes. You know, I think that Majora's Moon is too textured. I think that's too much of drawing textures and not enough of drawing models. This works more for modeling than for texturing. So I don't think I can actually do Majora's Moon in any meaningful way. So I am going to actually have to decline that one. You know what? I'm going to hop back into a visual medium and hang out there and just chat with you for a few moments. I think this was a good art stream. Let's hop over to here. Turn off your music. This is a really comfy place that I go to just to relax sometimes. Let me pull up the camera, stream camera here. Oh wait, that doesn't work. That's not how that works at all. Okay, you come with me. Yeah, okay. Ah. Hello. Yeah, I could use an emulator on that. That would probably work okay, but I wish I could get the 3DS version, but apparently 3DS capture cards are super expensive. Someday I'll have a 3D model made. This is just one that I found in VR chat. I use it for hanging out. I like hanging out in VR chat sometimes. Someday I'll have a 3D model made, but yeah. Could I use a DS emulator for Majora's Mask? Apparently you can get DS emulation, but it's super expensive. Like, you need to get a weird capture card thing that actually you need to unscrew the back panel of your 3DS and extract the line that goes to the screen and put it somewhere. It's a whole huge process that anybody streaming DS games has sunk hundreds of dollars into. And yeah, emulating anything Nintendo is going to be a concern. I'd rather it would be better if it was a Switch game, because then I could just use the Switch and the Elgato card. Oh, am I having loading issues? Okay. Oh well. You know, I'm gonna call this a stream. This was a good stream. I had fun. And we got to do some art. And yay, we got to do some art. Haratotarato. Thank you for joining me, friends. I appreciate it. I'll see you again soon. Cheers.